Salute everybody. Welcome back once again. Wanted to shoot a short video, this time for another friend of mine. So I call this one Mocha. Mocha is someone that I've had judge and sort of teach what I can along the way. Now, she came with certain levels of experience of her own, but I've been wanting to introduce her to vanilla fragrances. So just to give a brief breakdown. So for Mocha, the nickname is actually due for her. I'll call it her scent personality. Think like a mocha cappuccino, caramel mocha cappuccino. That sort of describes where she sits fragrances. That said, one of the things I've done along the way is trying to introduce her to various DNAs, different experience levels, da da da. So that brings me to the point of the video. I wanted to introduce you to different forms of vanilla, but with also slightly different profiles, things that would fall a little bit different on a fragrance reel here, right? Now, I will start off by saying this. I promise you, I'm not going to conclude anything with like heavy tobaccos, heavy woods, heavy ouds, stuff like that. I know it's not your favorite, even though I will say Triumph of Bacchus and Side Effect did kind of win you over. Anyway, I digress. So, vanilla fragrances that I think you really should get your hands on, at least get your nose on, or I can just send you some decants, and I want you to tell me what you think. How do they rank against different vanillas that you come across? So let's start off with one that I know you've had interest with. Right? I want to start you off with a an amber. Right now, I know you don't have a whole lot of experience with ambers, but this is I would call it a very likable and approachable amber with solid quality. Great, fantastic quality, actually. I would just rank it as, for those of us here in the space, I would say it's very, very, very popular. Maybe not designer popular, but you know, Mucka, you're here in the space. I would suggest you get your hands on this one. Maison Francis Kurkdjian. It is Grand Soir. This is a very heavy vanillic benzoin amber fragrance. Very, very sweet amber. Very sweet amber. And this one, 100%, I'm going to say straight down the middle, unisex. Like I said, this is a very sweet, yet you will 100% smell the vanilla in there. But I love it because it's so approachable as an amber. Amber's DNA may not be attractive for a lot, but you'd be surprised. It's just how I'm going to use the word versatile an amber can be. But for you in particular, I think Grand Soir is 100% your taste, Mocha. I think you will enjoy this a whole lot, and I highly suggest trying it, sampling it. So next, another vanilla that I wanted to run your way. Right? I want to introduce you to this one. So technically, this is like an ambery as well. You're familiar with the house already, YSL. But this is, I want to say, almost a boozy vanilla. But it has other things in there, like some slight incense. It has this almost airy feel to it. But this is another welcoming, approachable amber fragrance. And I think you also would like this. Now, the incensey part, it's not super strong incense. It's not a super dark incense. But you get like this wafty, almost incensey, cotton-like feel from it. It just has this warm coziness to it. And again, that is YSL Baby Cat. If I can get that to YSL Baby Cat. I think you would really enjoy this one. If you haven't smelled it already, that's another vanilla that I highly suggest you get your hands on. Now, I do have to suggest a couple other vanillas, right? Now, this one I know I will have to send you. I'm I'm gonna have to send you this one. I highly doubt you'll be able to find it, but it falls right inside your taste range. I want to say that this is 100% a gourmand floral fragrance profile. Think of what's that? You remember Cocoa Musk? He introduced me to that coconut, that maybe not coconut, but that chocolatey, praline-y, vanillic creaminess that's going on. I want to introduce you to something that I found, right? And it took a while to get hold of, but I got it, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it so far. Now this is an older one, right? But and don't frump your face up at it. I can already hear it. I can already hear it. It's called Oud Bouquet, right? From Lancome. Oud Bouquet. Now this is a rose oud praline. To my nose, though, this comes off very vanillic. I want to say, yes, I know it's praline, but to me, off my skin, it comes off very chocolatey. Very chocolatey. Rose oud chocolate praline sweet vanillic fragrance. Oud Bouquet. Oh, that might be hard to see. Yeah, there you go. I always like the side of the bottle a little bit better. It's gorgeous. But Oud Bouquet. I know the word dude's in it. Might throw you a little bit, but I want to introduce you to this one. It is, I believe, to be heralded. I love it. I think you should try it. But compared to the other two, I would say this is a slightly less safe option. But I want to introduce you to it anyway, get your opinion, see how you feel. Just to see if it stretches you experience level in the whole market, whatever you want to call it. I gotta go. Now, I have to suggest a couple others here. This is another one. This is one from one of my favorite brands. Small niche. If you guys haven't noticed by now, I like supporting small indie or niche brand houses simply because I like supporting small businesses. Yes, we all love our big name brands, but I literally made a point to find niche houses that are making great solid products that I believe you should try. One such is this vanilla fragrance. It's even more wearable, way more considerably wearable than Oud Bouquet that I just suggested. This one I would say is as approachable as Baby Cat Grand Soir, but I think it's a little more wearable. Now the balance between it's slightly less sweet, but it has those other aspects balancing in it as well. This one is called Aylin from Day 3 Fragrances. Aylin from Day 3. This is another vanillic fragrance, but it has floral aspects, other sweet tones. I think something like this, Mocha, you would thoroughly enjoy. Like I said, these others, it's getting warmer now, so it may not quite suit for a heavy sweet fragrance. It might be, I feel a little sticky, a little more uncomfortable. But this one is a little more wearable than the others that I've suggested so far. That's why I have to suggest it. Aylin from Day 3 Fragrances, a gorgeous beauty. Vanilla floral, 100%. So, one more suggestion. One more. Now, I have a bonus one, but I technically don't have a bottle to show you just yet. So I'll have to update you with that one. But that's not the one I'm talking about. The one I want to introduce you to, a vanillic fragrance. And this one may not sit with you the way that it does for me. Based on everything I've learned so far, it probably is going to be outside a little bit, simply because there's some smoky nuances here. But the reason I have to suggest it is because it's a heavy vanilla, caramelized. There is caramel in here as well. Thought I'd mention that. It's called Vanilla Oud from Virtus. Vanilla Oud from Virtus, and my bottle is almost half gone. I told you I loved it. I told you I loved it. Vanilla, caramel, rhubarb. It goes on and on. Now, me personally, one of the reasons why I enjoy it is because there is the slight smokiness in there, and that adds on top of the oud and the vanilla. It just adds a nuance that I find enjoyable. Always have. It's one of the reasons I fell in love with it for the longest time. But of the suggestions here today, this one, if I had to gamble, this would probably be the one that might be standoffish for you because of the smoky caramelizedness of it. But I want to throw it in the suggestion just because. So That is 5 vanilla fragrances that I've been wanting to introduce you to for some time now. The one bonus. The one
Editing
bonus.
for the future here, and the bottle that I'm referring to is called Spiritus Double Vanille. Spiritus Double Vanille, and it is from a house called Guerlain. I do own the bottle now.
There's a couple vanillas that are at the top of the charts, top of the list. Be a niche indie designer, high-end designer, blah blah blah. I finally managed to cave and get a bottle of something called Spiritus Double Vanille. Now that is from a house called Guerlain. Now I actually have had a multitude of samples from the house. Spiritus Double Vanille is 100% one of my favorite vanillas. Again, this one doesn't have like the oud or heavy woodsy nuances. This is heralded as one of the kings for vanilla lovers out there. A boozy, super rich vanilla fragrance. Again, I know it's hot right now, probably a little too humid as well, but I'm starting to fall away from the idea that you have to wear something with a specific time frame in mind. If you love it, wear it. And I think I gotta get you to get your nose on that Spiritus Double Vanille as well, just to have it in your repertoire and nose experience, especially in comparison to the others. It is like some of these. One of them I know you're not able. That's a Oud Bouquet. I'm pretty sure that's a discontinued one, but anyway, I digress. Mocha, that's the list for now. Those are just some of the vanillas I wanted to introduce you to be honest, I'm kind of behind. There's a lot I want to introduce you to, but let's stick to vanilla for now. Just vanilla for now. Pretty much that completes the video for now, folks. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Jared.
Jared the Bishop Miller.